Right. Are we back on Twitch again? Is it working now? We should have game audio. Is it working? Hello, am I there? Yes, no. Wonderful. Oh, I don't like the head bobbing. I'm not a fan of that. I don't know why. OBS just kind of ruined itself for a minute. I don't know what that was about. We've all lost me. Probably for the best. Can I disable head movement? Because that's really annoying. I don't need my head bobbing up and down. Camera settings, I guess. Camera customization. Field of view. Offset. Camera shake? Do I want that? I don't really want look to the apex either. Halo column off, because that's annoying. So if I move... there you go. So if I do that... hopefully we're going to be... yeah, that's a lot better. My head's no longer bobbing around. Yeah, cockpit camera provides immersion, but I don't want to be porpoising everywhere. That's not what I want. Can hear the game sound, but it's very quiet. What's he doing? It's very annoying. Is it bad for everybody else? It's not meant to be too loud, but I can hear. Okay. Volume is glitching. Oh, what's it doing? This is not a good way to start this series. Volume is glitching. Eh? What do you mean? Why is the volume glitching? Keeps cutting in and out. Turn it up a notch. I want... oh, actually. I want that completely off. If I go like that. It's not glitching, it's just a tad quiet. I think if it's glitching on YouTube, try to refresh the stream. Because sometimes YouTube streams are a bit funky. Are we good? Is it working now a bit better? So I'm already 3 seconds slower than Ollie Gurther. Little better. Yes and no. Still quiet. Why is it so quiet? Let me have a look. Oh, open mixer. If I go like that then. Is that better? There we go, how's that, chat? Is that much better? Because obviously the F2 cars are generally a little bit quiet, so cockpit cam can be a bit quieter. There we go. Right, are we finally getting somewhere? Way better now. It's just because I'm trying to do something different with it for once. You steadily break everything. So the only way to drive as Alex Dunne is to do it in Grand Prix mode, not in... like GP mode and stuff. It only took 18 minutes to set up the basic stuff. That's pretty good going for me. It's normally hours. Yeah, so the only way you can run an Alex Dunne career mode on this game currently is by doing it in Grand Prix mode. God, the F2 cars, I forget, just they're definitely very different to the F1 machines. So we'll run around for a bit of practice. I don't even know how long the two races are, to be honest. Right, we'll do that quickly. We'll do that. I'm gonna go down the inside of a championship rival, Jam Pancakes. Yeah, we got to watch the grass. We got to watch the grass. I wanted to see how long each race is quickly.
So 23 and 33. So you're basically doing them on 100% Grand Prix, aren't you?
So far, 1 minute 32.8.
Okay,
We're currently
interesting.
6th in the speed trap, 168.6 miles per hour.
So timing-wise, then, we are about a second off in Sector 1, basically equal Sector 2, about 2 seconds off Sector 3. But that was not a proper run or anything like that. Right, let's get out there now, chat. We've settled down. We've got everything working. It's total immersion apart from the feature race. I just won't show up. In fact, this series is going to be so immersive, I've got to walk back from the circuit to my hotel. That's how in-depth this is going to be. I've actually got my F2 set up on, yes. I might make a couple of tweaks to it, see how I get on. But yeah, I am running my actual F2 setup. Oh yeah, the F2 race didn't happen, did it? Yeah. I forgot about that. I didn't watch Australia in F2 because obviously it was on at like 1 in the morning. They did go out, didn't they? And then it got rained off. Or did they not even go out onto the circuit? I can't even remember. So the only way to do an Alex Dunne career mode is run it through Grand Prix mode at the moment. I would assume when the F126 DLC comes out, you will then be able to do it.
I just want to remind you to keep an eye on your tyre temperatures, which you can do on the temperature panel of the MFD. We monitor carcass temperature and surface temperature, and you'll get the best performance when they're both inside.
I also, chat, don't know. I suppose obviously I did the few races with Leo, didn't I? I can't remember how good the F2 110 AI are. I can't remember if they're a bit better than the F1 or a bit worse. So that's going to be a fun experiment to find out tonight. I mean, Australia's not the AI's best track on this game anyway. Oh, that's annoying. But it is all food for thought. This is going to be a real trial by fire. So I do thank everybody that's here. Yeah, it won't be realistic if I don't take out Victor Martins. Right, we can definitely get some good lap times in, though. Like I said, we'll spend a little bit of time practicing, just because I want to kind of get up to speed. But obviously, I don't want to be here all night practicing. Yeah, my mods were actively telling me not to stream tonight. They were like, don't do it. I gave them the whole weekend off, chat, and they're still like, we want another night. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. So I have only got this one set of mediums to use through practice, so we'll have to wait and see as to how we get on. Because obviously it might well be that they get to a point where they're so badly worn that they're just not that useful. Thank you for the bit start, I appreciate it, buddy. Right, so Sector 3 is where we've got to be trying to find some time. Make sure I don't run too wide through there. So there you go. Rafael Villagomez now to the top of the board. I'll be happy if we end up like kind of high 28s, I guess. That's a 29.5, so we're kind of on the money. That's alright. It's also about just trying to learn all the gears, everything like that. Speed. Yeah, this is the Australian Grand Prix. Round 1 of the F2 season now. Does anybody else find it a little bit weird that they now run F2 in Australia? It still seems like a bit of a silly choice, if you ask me. Like, because they said obviously they wanted to like try and keep it cheaper for the teams and everything like that. So now decide to ship them for one race only to the literal opposite side of the planet. Thoughts on Vasseur signing with McLaren? Honestly, I think especially for Richard Vasseur, it's not a bad move. Because his F2 sponsor has basically said they will not sponsor him anywhere else. So he'll probably either end up with like an IndyCar program or a World Endurance program, something like that with McLaren.
I think they're just trying to get some good bang for your buck drivers that they can bring in that know they're not going to get to F1. And then maybe down the line, obviously, if they deliver in like World Endurance or something like that, great. If not, then they can obviously just get rid of them. So I don't think it's a bad move by McLaren, to be honest. And for sure, like I said, he's going to be stuck in F2 forever otherwise, because that's the only thing his sponsor will pay for him. There you go, top of the pile, chat. Look at that, we are quite quick. Oh, hello, hold on. Well, we'll head back to the pit lane right there. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it seems a bit odd, doesn't it, that someone with so much F2 experience is now in the McLaren Driver Academy. But still. Ah, Villa Gomez is immediately gone quicker again. So we're 2/10 down Sector 1, 2/10 up Sector 2, 2/10 down Sector 3. Amory Cordial is third. Okay. Cordial's doing well. Yeah, I'm gutted that Leo's probably not gonna get an F1
best lap so far, 1:28.5.
I am really gutted for Leo. I wanted to see him at least get a shot in an F1 car or something like that. How do you feel about Lando taking #1 for next year? I don't blame him. Why wouldn't he take #1 for next year? You don't know how... The thing is for a lot of drivers is you don't know how many opportunities you're going to get to drive as #1. I mean, the only driver that's more recently that's had the option to take it that hasn't was Lewis. And obviously LH44 was already such a big brand for him that it really didn't make much sense to. But, you know, for Lando, of course, LN1 is, you know, you'll be able to make a lot of money off some merch with that. And then, obviously, if McLaren are good next year, maybe he holds on to it. If not, well, people have got some LN1 merch. Why didn't Alpine sign Leo? Because they paid far too much money for Colapinto and want to try and get a return on the investment. It still seems stupid. If I'd been Alpine, I would have either waited to see who got dropped from Red Bull or tried to pick up Leo on dirt cheap. But the fact they've ended up with neither or or Sonoda or Lawson out of whoever was going to get dropped is ridiculous. But Flavio Briatore for you, ladies and gents. It's just the kind of Flavio thing that he does. I might give this car a little bit more rear wing. We're running incredibly low rear wing, which is making it very quick down the straights, which is useful. But it does feel quite slippery through the corners. Yeah, it just feels a little bit sketchy on the rear end. There's a small hesitation at the back of this car. But I think if we can be a bit braver through Sector 3, it's that corner that I'm still really struggling with. That's alright. And then just, especially through the really slow speed stuff. I mean, look at that. We've made back a bit of time towards the end of that. We're only going to be another 10th down. I would assume the stream will be about 2 hours if I had to guess. But honestly, I don't know. Between the sprint and the feature, we've basically got a 100% Grand Prix. But obviously, we're in a bit of a slower car. But obviously, the Australian Grand Prix is pretty quick. Ugh. Easy. Uh, 100% races. So the sprint race is 23 laps, the feature is 33. So they're not that long in the grand scheme of things, but of course we'll be doing 2 of them back to back. Oh, so 5th gear works through there then quite nicely. You lose a little bit of time on the entry, but I think it's worth it if you can get it nailed in qualifying. So the tyres are definitely starting to go off as well a bit. They haven't quite got the peak grip. And obviously on F1 they're much more lateral than what you get IRL. the tyres just slowly diminish. I'll run as a custom Alex Dunne, yeah, in the future. I mean, we're only P5, so I feel like fairly confident as we head into qualifying. So basically, the way F2 works, for those of you that don't know, you want to be top 10 come the end of qualifying. Otherwise, your weekend's basically in the bin. So we're 4 tenths away from fastest. I'm losing 3 tenths sector 1. I'm going to up the rear wing slightly. If we run it at like 17.27 doesn't seem too bad for F2.
We're currently 6th in the speed trap, 100.
I'm happy with everything else.
5 miles per hour.
I'm going to reduce the rear tyre pressures a bit. I'll run slightly less rear tyre pressure and we should be good. Right, I think we're ready for qualifying then. Oh, there you go. The man, the myth, the beast. Aston Martin's next Formula 1 driver, Kean Shields, out on track.
The practice times are on the board then. No points on offer just yet. We'll be
Okay,
back with
so everybody
more
did get
F2
quicker.
action soon.
Luke Browning, fastest. Cordeel's second fastest. I hate the fact they accidentally make him OP every year. But P17 come the end of practice. That's alright, first time out there. We definitely didn't use up the best of the tyre early on. Honestly, Banger, I would say you're better off if you can save a little bit of extra money for the Thrustmaster T128. It is a much, much better wheel. And you can normally get it for about £115. I personally had the Ferrari wheel for quite a while. Actually, sorry, I had the Ferrari wheel, but not for that long. Because it doesn't have force feedback, I wouldn't really recommend it personally. So I would say, if you can, wait a little bit longer and save the extra bit for the Thrustmaster T128 instead, personally. Or, yeah, have a look at getting a second-hand wheel with force feedback off, like, Facebook Marketplace. Something like that's a very good shout. So, once again, then, we've only got one set of tyres. It's the Super Soft, though, this time, so it should be a bit quicker. I can't even decide how much fuel I put in. How much fuel have I got in the car? You can't even say how much fuel you want. How much... Right, how much am I going to be going out there with, then, chat? This is very confusing. So try for the T128, absolutely. It's a much better wheel that you'll be able to use for a lot longer. For a little bit more cost. So we get... Wait, I'm stuck with 9 laps of fuel as we head out here. Okay. That's ridiculous. So I basically, obviously, I can't refuel this session. So I just got to go out there and try and do laps. That's what the game's telling me. So, yeah, we're looking at mid to high 27s, I think. Track will ramp up later on. Let's see what we can do, though. Let's try and get a decent first time on the boards. Like I said, we're running a bit more wing names. Oh, there you go, Marty. Oh, we're down into the 26s. I was going to say, I thought 27 seemed a little bit slow, because in these tyres should be a fair amount quicker. First lap will be more about getting your iron. But after that, hopefully.
Okay, that's P19, P19.
That's the line you want through there. Get up on that inside curb a little bit. I actually prefer that corner in the F2 car than the F1 machine, personally. But still. Why cockpit cam? Just to do something a little bit different, to be honest. All my other series will still run T-cam as normal. But I like mixing it up sometimes. I wonder if you want to try and see if you can get a slipstream on your run. That's the other big question. How much is a slipstream worth around here? How much are these cars affected by dirty air? First lap, those felt pretty good. It's probably going to be, hopefully, like a low 27? 27.6. That's alright. We'll go again.
Now I've got my eye in a bit more again. Oh, that was late. That was late on the brakes. Luckily we met the apex still. See, this is the thing I don't know. Like, obviously in IRL F2, they can normally get quite a few laps out of a tyre. Especially as the track begins to ramp up. I just don't know whether that's going to be the case on F125. I mean, we're finding a bit more this lap. We're 4/10 up now, so it's definitely coming. Make sure I go like that. Oh, that was a lot of curve. Kind of had to guess there where we were going to rotate in. Oh no. Don't invalidate. Thank you. This problem as well, I don't know exactly where the wheels are. I've bottled this final sector horrendously. But we found a lot of time around the rest of the lap. Oh yeah, we lost a good 2/10 through the final couple of corners. That's decent though, we're still up in 8th. That's alright, we'll take that for now. Let's see if Matt will bottle the championship like Dunne. Probably. Probably. I mean, look at that Cordia. Oh, we're out of the top 10 immediately. Oh, 14th at the moment. We're still rapid through the middle sector. Sector 1, how far are off we? So we're 4/10 off Sector 1.
Okay, our best lap so far, 1 minute,
And
27.2.
I would assume 7/10 off in Sector 3.
179.7 miles per hour.
Hey, welcome in, Carrot. Hope you're doing well, buddy. And Liam. I'm doing very well, thank you, sir. I hope you're well. I do try and watch F2 IRL where I can. Sadly, I wasn't able to watch Abu Dhabi because I was busy with just life. But I do try and watch it normally.
Okay, track's quiet right now. Let's get out there while it's clear.
Oh man. So we're gonna try and head out right towards the end of the session again. See if we can find a bit more. But I don't know how much kind of the track will ramp up, how much the tyres will struggle, anything like that. So this first weekend is a real unknown. Yeah, we definitely lost 4/10 in Sector 3. So that could have seen us up around top 10. I head back out with like 5 minutes to go so we can try and get 2 more runs in. But I mean, only 6/10 quicker than Max Estersud is never reassuring. So will it have put more fuel back in the car then, chat? Or will the fuel be locked in? Yeah, that's the other fun one. F2, yes, there you go. It resets the fuel. That's a bit annoying. So you're actually just better at coming out with like 10 minutes to go and just pounding around laps. Or just trying to burn fuel. That's a bit ridiculous. Right, so we'll try and go for... I mean, effectively we can only do 2 more push laps, can't we? But we need to find about half a second. But the sun is shining. Oh, no. That's not good. I don't know how much we've taken off the wing. It didn't look like much.
Mind that front wing. It's going to need replacing if it takes too much damage.
Mate, it shouldn't affect the car too much here. We should be alright. We should be fine. In fact, it might even give us a bit more straight line speed.
We've just been pushed down into P18.
To be fair, it's not costing us much. We can definitely still get a good lap in. We're down a little bit. We're down a little bit. I'm gonna need a really good lap. Oh, actually, I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna have to go for it, aren't we? I've got no other choice. We might be starting down the order for this first race. Luckily, it's a couple of long races we can try and recover. But this is why it's so important to qualify top 10 with the F2 car. Because the way the format works is you just want to make sure that you're obviously getting the reverse grids and stuff. Right, let's just see what we can do then. One final run. Honestly, I'm happy that didn't take a wheel off. But hopefully we can just find a bit more. But I'm not optimistic. Oh, there you go, lap's gone. Let's just see anyway. Let's see if we would have had pace in the wagon. I just don't know how we're losing so much against the AI through the corners. Oh, there you go. That'll be lap gone anyway. Let's get. Yeah, but there's not enough downforce on it. That little bit of front wing damage really does make a difference, it would appear. So there we go then. I think we're going to be lining up P18 for the season opener. Not ideal. Not ideal. But we are quicker than Crawford, so I guess there's that. Oh, no. Nope. Yeah, there you go. Any wing I had left is gone. I tell you what, though, these cars are built pretty tough.
You have a lot of front
How on
wing
earth did you
damage.
survive
Box for a
that?
new one.
I'm quite impressed.
Goodbye for
Yeah,
now,
season's
but in all
done.
honesty, we're just getting started. Make sure you join us again for Lights Out tomorrow.
Well, there we go. Lindblad will line up on the pole then, just ahead of Luke Browning. Cordeal up in P3. He'll have a nosebleed running that high up the order. Kushmini, Dirksen, Fornaroli there in 6th, ahead of Vashaw, Villa Gomez, Martans, and Ollie Goethe then will start the sprint race from pole. Stanek narrowly misses out in P11 ahead of... We got out-qualified by Kean Shields, chat. This does not bode well for us. I mean, we're not a million miles away. What was that? 3.5 tenths away from top 10. So, honestly, with the 4 tenths we lost, we could have been there or thereabouts. Their pace was definitely in the car. But we've just got to get on with it. We've just got to get on with it. It is what it is. Yeah, every single year they make Amory Cordeal way too fast. And I don't know why. I'm also quite happy that it's a dry weekend because I feel like the F2 AI will be horrendously OP in the rain.
Speed in today's sprint race then. Not very many laps and no chance
Yeah,
to
Kean
get
Shields is competitive.
Who here today has the raw skill to take them to
Shields
the
is from Glasgow like me. Stop being mean to him. Oh, I'm sorry, Kean Shields.
It's always a favourite on the Formula 2 calendar, Albert Park. It runs to 3.28 miles and 14
What happened to the
turns that
Halo?
will test the
I've
drivers.
turned it off just because it's a bit annoying.
Welcome
Like, if you're a
to the
real Formula 1 driver,
commentary
because you have
box.
2
I'm Alex
eyes,
Jakes.
you don't
Alex
see
Brundle
it.
joins us as
But
ever for
obviously
this.
the games
Alex,
can't really
it's
emulate
a sprint
that.
race. How's the format change going to affect the mentality of the drivers?
We have seen
Oh,
stops before
Dexty!
at the end of the
12
sprint
months
race,
with the
jumping
primer.
onto that
Thank you,
softer
thank you,
compounded
buddy.
tyre and
I hope
having
you're
it
well.
for the final few laps of the race. Indeed, we've seen sprint
Got work in
races
an hour,
run
wish
like
me
that.
luck.
So anything can happen out there. Don't send
Good
the
luck
pit
to you,
crew home
buddy.
just yet.
Oh, there you go. We could get safety cars. I don't even know if you can get safety cars in F2. I think they're broken. So, it could be a bit of a trial by fire today. 23 laps, though, first of all, then, chat. Let's just see what we can do on the medium. Goal is to keep it clean, keep it tidy, and make sure we get to the end. They sound good, though. I do like the sound of the F2 cars. I've got to make sure I've got my tyres up to temp. Everything like that. It's all things we got to think about ready for the start. Luckily, obviously, you can't damage the car on the formation lap, but I believe you can do a little bit of tyre wear. So that'll make things interesting. Hey, welcome in, Maximus. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Yeah, Prema's fall from grace in F2. I think the weird thing is with Prema in F2 is what people don't realise is it's not necessarily that Prema have become a lot worse. It's just that a lot of other teams have become a lot better. Like MP Motorsport, ART. I mean, ART will always seem to be able to get one car running, but Invicta as well. Now finally are getting a similar level of funding to Prema. So they're able to do a lot more with it. That was why Prima was so OP for so long, is they generally had a huge amount more resource than everybody else. But now a lot of those other F2 teams stand a chance and are actually showcasing that Prima, a bit like Ferrari, when they had way more money than everybody else, was pretty good. Prima, when they've got the same amount of money as everybody else, it's not that great. And yeah, Prima put a lot of their mechanics onto the IndyCar program. Thoughts on the World Drivers' Championship 25? I mean, you could make the argument that any of the 3 protagonists deserved it. So, I mean, I'm not disappointed that Lando won it or anything like that. I personally was rooting for Oscar. But it is what it is. But now, though, we've got to focus on... Well, I guess he's not really a McLaren Junior anymore, is he? But he is still in this game. First race of the Alex Dunne career mode coming up next. Let's see how we can get on. Normally, sometimes I can start these F2 cars pretty well. Oh no. Not when I do that. Ah, man. Ugh. God, that was no hold at all. And Bogdanovic hasn't gone. Okay. No idea what that was all about, but we'll claim the freebies before we even get to turn 1. Right, how aggressive is everybody going to be? Quite is the answer. Crawford there trying to look down the inside. Make sure I give him some room on the exit, but we're up 2 places then, immediately off the start. Yeah, Bogdanovic there on a terrible getaway. I don't want to, I kind of want to push early on. If there's opportunity for moves, I want to take them, but I don't want to do anything too stupid. It's a long race. We can damage the... What are they doing? We can damage the wing and things like that so easily, so I want to avoid that if possible. But we'll jump then immediately. Luke Bennett down through the next couple of corners. Yeah, no stream with Gary tonight. I didn't know if I was going to be home in time. So we just called it, we'll do some NASCAR next week. So I thought, we'll try this out. See how I get on with race 1 of this career mode as well. So DRS as well with the F2 cars is really powerful. And also really important with 4 DRS zones around this lap. So we want to make sure that we are inside the DRS trains as best as we can. So it is going to be about trying to avoid making errors, staying out of trouble, and being smooth and consistent. But I feel like we could have some good race pace, but we'll wait and see. I assume it's Lindblad still leading. No, Goethe, of course, yeah. Goethe started on the pole, didn't he, for this one. It is a bit of a shame that you don't get like a grid rundown and stuff.
In the wake of the car ahead. Try to get past as
You're just kind of immediately thrown into stuff. There's like no kind of cool animations or loading screens or anything. I think you do for the feature race, just not for the sprints, which is a wee bit annoying. So important you get the nose tipped in. These things will wash out so badly if you give them a chance. So as long as we stay in the DRS of Miata, which it looks like we will, that's okay early on. That first lap until you get back round to there on lap 2 is so critical. Because again, I feel like we've got pretty good straight line speed. I don't think we're going to come under much pressure from cars in the tow. Looks like Bennett's still got a fair bit of straight line speed as well, but we are obviously a little way back. There you go. Yeah, I must admit, Ricciardo Adami and Hamilton don't seem to quite have the same working relationship as Lewis and Bono did. And that's a little bit frustrating. And it's very easy to like blame the language barrier and everything like that, but yeah, it's just kind of difficult. But it does take time to gel, everything like that as well. You have got to think about. How am I losing so much time? We're running a lot less wing than the AI, I think. All wet. Just skim that one. But the AI normally as well are pretty aggressive pretty quickly, so they might struggle on their tyres a bit later on. We'll see how it goes. Oh no, he says. Oh, damn it. There you go. Little mistake there. Again, we're trying to get to grips with the F2 car. It's so easy just to overstep it a little bit. But it will take a bit of time, especially in cockpit cam. Our last 212 was good. We went to a Christmas market today. That took up most of our day. That was good fun. I think it was a little bit underwhelming because it kind of seemed... It was kind of set up more as just a market rather than a Christmas market, which is a bit of a shame. But it was still nice, you know, go out on a Monday, everything like that. Last 212 needed to book some holiday before Christmas, so it was a good reason to get out, rather than just doing nothing with a day's holiday. So here we go, Crawford trying to get around Bennett, so I think Crawford will have some decent pace. Bennett clearly doesn't want us to find out, though. He's still trying to defend from him. So we'll get a nice run on Marty out in the final corner. Don't think we're going to be close to... Oh, we might... Oh, hello.
1 second.
What's going on here? Back into turn 1. Crawford, pretty firm defence. That might leave Marty vulnerable down into turn 3. Are you going to be close enough? Oh, we're going to send it. We're going to send it. Ugh. Okay, Marty. I feel like we got that slowed down pretty much towards the apex, and Pepe Marty just was turning in anyway. A little bit weird.
Okay, good work. Great pass.
There you go. Mark happy with it though, so I can't complain too much. If he told me to kind of stay off the aggression a bit more, then maybe I'd think twice before doing that again. How did I turn in on him? I was on the inside. Oh, there you go, Crawford again. Oh, Bennett there. Absolutely. His lunch money was taken by Jack Crawford, and hopefully, again, he's not going to have the DRS off of the corner. That, again, is the horrible thing, obviously, when you're learning with the cockpit camera about kind of where the front of the car is. You just can't be as aggressive as you normally would, because you don't want to lose the wing. Because if we lose the wing, then this race is basically game over. So we've got to be really careful with track limits. So I'm pretty certain with the F2 car, you get 2 warnings. Sorry, you get a warning and then a 2-second penalty, rather than the normal 3, if I remember correctly. Oh yeah, you've just got to avoid some of the inside curves. The F2 car's normally pretty good over some of the big curves, but some of the smaller ones here are not fun. So, yeah, Bennett's struggling to keep up with Crawford, so we need to try and get a run. And with lines like that out to the back straight, surely, yeah, Luke Bennett is not going to be able to do much in terms of defence. Which way do we go? Bennett will try and hug the inside as best as he can. Going to be able to have a look? No, not quite there. Seems like we're really struggling right up towards the top end. I mean, he has still got DRS as well. So I guess there's that, but... Oh, around the outside, okay. We'll try and make it happen. Still side by side, I just don't want to lose the DRS to Crawford as well. Which we might just have done. Oh, back end. Easy. Oh, we've lost the DRS though. Crawford might start to sail away. Oh, sorry, it's John Bennett, isn't it? Luke Bennett's the guy on TikTok, isn't he? John Bennett, sorry, even. That's embarrassing. Maybe I'm chronically online. Oh, that's so bad. Luke Browning, yeah. Oh, that's not my finest, chat. That's not my finest. John Bennett, we're going to leave in our dust. Right. So I think... I was about to say, I think we can work with Crawford and try and get away. Again, no idea how I haven't picked up front wing damage. Like, how on earth have we got away with that? So Tyler's pretty good on the medium, though. So I guess we'll keep that in mind. Yeah, this is not a great stream. It's a bit of a trial by fire, but we always knew that coming in. The wings on the F2 cars are definitely built a lot tougher. Like, I'm still running normal damage on this game. Right, we'll kind of, I think we might end up using a bit more of this sprint race as a bit of a time trial, just try and get up to a bit more speed. Because at the moment, Alex Dunne is not going to be ready for F1. I reckon you've put it on pole because it's Monaco. And the AI suck at Monaco. So, gap to Sammy Mega 2, and if it's 7, basically 8 seconds. Let's see if I can start bringing that back down. Because even if we just struggle through this sprint race, as long as I can build up some confidence ready for the feature, it is not the end of the world. I'm allowed to make a couple of little mistakes here and there as I try and learn the car. So again, we're probably going to be really, really quick through, obviously, Sector 1, Sector 3. But the AI, obviously, with the DRS, will still be quick down the straights. They're all still bunched up at the front. So there's basically 2 groups, and then Crawford and I are by ourselves. There you go, that's a good run off there. Purple Sector 1 as well. It's just some of those curbs, man. So our best lap so far is less than a second off fastest. F2 as well can be a little bit of just lap times keep improving as the session goes on. So we'll kind of wait and see. I mean, what lap time is this going to be then? Without slipstream or anything like that, it's going to be... There you go, purple!
That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Well done.
So we have got decent pace then in the car. I don't think you can get engine failures in F2. I'm pretty certain engine wear isn't a thing. I'm pretty certain it's, like, staggeringly, the only engine on this game that cannot blow up is the Mechachrome engine. Which, in of itself, is just hilarious. Yeah, I reckon we have got decent pace, though, but when I get it right. I just gotta keep the focus up. That's the big goal. Your first race should never be your best. That's my rule. Hey, welcome in, Toast. Thank you for the bits, buddy. I appreciate it. I think the other big thing as well, of course, especially in the cockpit cam, is you've just got to be so precise. You've got to be so confident with kind of where you're turning in, where the front is. And that's something that will take a little bit of time. Especially with kind of the way the F2 car can grip up and stuff like that. It's a little bit weird. I am using a Fanatec Formula V 2.5X, Tyler. Ooh, see, again, it's just when you get those little moments at the back end steps hang. You are only as good as your last race. Well, my last race on this game, prior to today, was the driver career mode from Montreal. But if you haven't watched that yet, I would highly recommend after this video. Or after this stream, sorry. Because it was quite a good one. It was a very entertaining race. That's the most important thing. As long as I'm gaining, as long as I can be quicker than the AI, I will honestly be happy. I mean, could you... I suppose 23 laps, you would have been brutal on the super softs, wouldn't it? I think it would have been possible, though. Like, the tyre wear on these is nothing. We're basically gaining 1% a lap. So we could have potentially gone with these super softs instead. They might have been a bit terrible towards the end, but I think in the 100% races, they'll probably be pretty good. It's just you can't over-push these. I left the room on the formation lap. We might have had a bit of a spin. We technically had a half spin and then a full spin. But it's just teething issues. It's just settling in. Ready for the feature race. Like I said, the most impressive thing to me, of course, is let's not forget, I don't normally race cockpit cam. We're still going up against 110 AI. If we can actually be quick, then I'm pretty happy. Because we can try and do something a little bit different in the feature to hopefully elevate ourselves up the order. I've never done any IRL racing. We never kind of had the money for it or anything like that. I would love to, but no, it's just something that has never been possible. Ugh. Lucky not to get a warning there. Like over the last few laps, we have taken a bit of time back out of the front. And of course, it's all good data. Working out about how the mediums last, everything like that. How they wear. I think this is going to be another PB. Yeah, there you go, see? So when we really get it hooked up, we're a good few tenths a lap quicker than like Sammy Matt212 and stuff. Though I know isn't maybe the greatest benchmark, but it's still useful. Ooh. It's just those momentary little slip-ups. Those just couple of tiny little errors that cost you a tenth or two. It can make all the difference. Especially obviously in F2 where the margins are so fine. F125 or LMU. I've never really played much LMU. It kind of depends on what experience you want. If you want to be able to just jump in and play casually, F125 is probably still better. But LMU has like much better online and stuff. If you want to like race more seriously. Oh, there you go, Richard for sure now. New fast lap of the day, so as the fuel burns off, AI getting a little bit quicker.
No need to worry about the tyre condition for now. Everything's looking good.
Yeah, thanks, Mark. LMU does have more features and more classes. That is absolutely right. LMU, you got to remember, LMU and F125 are also very different games. LMU is meant to be an accurate simulator. F125 is meant to be more pick up and play. So they are kind of trying to target two different audiences. I reckon at the rate we're going, as long as they don't do anything stupid, we're probably going to catch Matt212 right by the end. LMU is, yeah, more similar to iRacing. Hey, it's 5 AM or Sam, I assume. Thank you for the follow, buddy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And toast with another bit. I should trail brake. Trail braking doesn't really work on the F1 games as well as people think it does. Especially with the F2 cars. I also think people say you should trail brake and it doesn't really mean what they think it does a lot of the time.
Gap to your teammate ahead, 15.6 seconds.
There's a speed camera around that corner. I'll make sure I duck. Luckily, I got no number plates on, so they can't track it back to me. I won't be getting a letter through from the DVLA. I mean, we could see like an AI spin or something like that. That could spice things up a bit. You just don't know. I mean, you're definitely starting to see the pack spread out a bit more. Crawford is basically closed back in now on that next big gaggle of cars. I think Fornaroda's moved himself up to the front of that group, so he'll try and push on. So it is going to be interesting. Ronan, thank you for the follow, buddy. I appreciate it. Pronto Spinard. Oh! Sorry, chat. There you go. Forgot to change that back again. Oh, come on. Get that nose in. I mean, like I said, I think because the tyre was so low, the car doesn't change much lap by lap. It doesn't feel like it evolves much. Obviously, you know, with the F1 car, unless you're on like a set of hard tyres around a track that is pretty low wear, it does kind of feel like every lap is a bit different. You maybe don't quite get that as much with the F2 car on this game. I know they did recently update it so the tyre wears now are a lot better on the F2 car. Because it used to be that apparently they would just wear out really quickly. Get all up on the bumps. Ooh. It's just again then when you get those little moments where you lock the rear slightly and the back end wants to kick in. So frustrating. It's a very, very weird car you have to drive because you do really have to underdrive it, otherwise it will just pivot on you. How do I stop the rear from stepping out on F125? Reduce brake pressure and move bias forward is the best way. I normally run like 54, 55% brake bias. But I know like Gary, for example, runs like 57. Because he really likes to just brake the car over the front end. But you've kind of just got to find something that works for your style as well. It's also really, really careful. Oh, we got yellows. We got yellows. Someone's got issues. That seems to be an MP Motorsport, I believe. So who's that then? Is that Richard Verschoor out of the Grand Prix? Or is that his teammate? Can't quite tell at the moment. It is Richard Verschoor, first driver out this season. For the Dutchman, a terrible start to the campaign. He has been mecha-chromed here in Australia. There you go. We're at least going to beat him at the end of this first race.
Green flag, we're racing again, let's go.
I said, it's a shame you don't seem to get safety cars in F2 very much. I don't think I've ever had one so far in this game. They are enabled. But I think that's a little bit broken. Maybe they updated it recently in the patch, I don't know. But yeah, Richard Verschoor then, first driver out of the day. We're running 21st because I might have had a bit of a spin earlier on. And this is a bit of a test drive for us as well. We're trying to learn the car, everything like that. So hopefully we'll obviously be a lot more confident by the time I get into the main event. The feature race is where the big points are available. So hopefully we'll do a bit better there. It's just how brave you want to be as well. I know it sounds really obvious. But some laps you really just kind of... the car just sticks and it feels good and then you feel like you can push more. Other laps you just get a little moment where it gets unsettled and you lose all confidence. I think as well with the F2 car,
You've got to really rev it. These things do have a turbo, but it's nowhere near as good as the F1 turbo. So you've really got to get it up in the power band before that turbo works. That's why it's so easy to get wheel spin off of launches. Because it obviously spikes the revs and you get all the turbo as well. It's a bit like you've almost got to drive it like a late 80s F1 car. As there you go, we're playing fastest lap back. See what I mean about confidence? Some laps you've got it, just others you don't. Cool. Ow. Don't want to hit the walls. Feels like track limits as well are way more forgiving in races. Don't know why. So Matt212 now might just start to get dropped by that pack of cars towards the end. I'm not sure we'll still... I mean, we might get to him. Whether we'll be able to get past him or anything is a very different question. But I am pushing. See, that's the line you want through there. A little bit less aggressive on the way in to carry much more speed on the way out. Again, it's just so difficult to know where the fronts are. It is so different racing this game with T-Cam than it is cockpit. Catch Matt212 by the end. That's the goal. It's also, of course, the braking zones are a bit different as well. You have got to brake a little bit earlier in some places. And that can sometimes catch you out. When you spend so much time racing the F1 cars, the braking markers kind of become second nature to you. When these braking zones are a little bit bigger, and you've got to kind of try and slow the car down a bit differently, it can be weird to adapt to. But it is good fun to try. Although I guess I've won 100% of the F2 races I've done in Creator Series, so I have got that going for me. Moser R3 bundle is a good starter kit. Very good value for money. Would recommend it.
Okay, no issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them.
Settings, yeah, are basically 100% races, no assists, fairly standard kind of other stuff, but yeah, you can go back to the start of the stream. Oh, look at that. So as soon as I go fastest, the AI go and steal my thunder. Gabriele Mini now, 28.7. We would need a top 10, I believe, to get fastest lap bonus point, which I think is unlikely to happen. But I would quite like to see if we can get fast.
16.0 seconds.
At least Cordeal's having a pretty good race. See, you've got to really attack that inside curve through turn 1. It's about getting on the inside curve but not allowing the back end to kind of over-rotate. It's really tricky. Oh, we got yellows. Amory Cordeal, no! Our teammate!
Caution!
Oh, man! As soon as we started to hype up Cordeal. You never should. Disappointment for our teammate then, so at least we're going to be the best roading driver. Oh, I can't believe that. I'm actually sad for Amory Cordeal for once. Well, I guess it means we've gained another spot.
Okay, Armory's out of the race.
Armory, apparently. Not sure who Mark's talking about, but okay. Easy does it. Easy does it. Like I said, it is really odd because you kind of have to underdrive the car a little bit. So there you go. Little snap of oversteer as we try to carry the throttle. Yeah, there's not a chance we're going to get a point unless something crazy happens.
Unless someone spins out, blocks half the track, and I can sneak my way through, I don't think we're going to get a point here. I'm hoping, though, we're not going to be last of the runners come the flag. Although we have only got 4 laps to go, so if I want to get up to Mega Tunif, I've got to get on with it still. I mean, we have been going a fair bit quicker towards the end. And I don't believe I've picked up a single warning in this race so far. I think track limits are a bit more forgiving, but we seem to be doing alright in that regard as well. So considering obviously we still lose a bit of time down the straights, I don't think we're doing too badly. Getting up all over the bumps again. This will be just when we get to the end and it's giving me like 12 seconds worth of penalties. I just don't know. It definitely feels more forgiving through there, for example. Through that penultimate right-hander of the lap. Well, this might be a new fastest lap, chat. Come on. No, damn it. We're like 8 thousandths off of Minnie's lap time. Whoa, easy. That could have been GG. Yeah, we can definitely get to Mega Tunif. Maybe we can finish this race where we started. 18th. And then we can focus on the feature race. But to be honest, I'm not going to complain too much about being able to get some laps out in clear air. I know it's not ideal, and I would have been in clear air working with Crawford. But sometimes you've got to take what you can. Still looking close up at the front. Ollie Goethe leading the way still. Kind of funny how the pack can like accordion out and then bunch back up again from time to time. Oh, nose in. Hang on. A G27 for $100 isn't a bad deal. I think there are second-hand markets, especially you can probably get like a G29 or a G920 or 923. It's not bad going. Oh, there you go. Kush Miney, another new fastest lap. It's weird as well, kind of the fact the AI, they'll be decent for a few laps and then suddenly 4 of them will go purple. And then they'll be decent for a few laps and suddenly they'll all get purple. Ah, thank you for the raid, Tom. I hope you had a good stream, buddy. Welcome, everybody. We're attempting an F2 cockpit cam career mode. It has been a bit of a trial by fire. We're coming towards the end of the sprint race. We're still a couple of seconds away from Sammy Mega Tunif. But this is Alex Dunne's road to F1. So we're just trying to see. This is a bit of a tester episode, more than anything else. Just trying to see if we can get up to speed, learn what we need to, learn the ropes with the F2 car. It is a very, very different beast to the F1 car in this game. So I'm hoping we can steadily improve. Engagement rate. Ugh. Again, the track limits are really odd. Yeah, you got here just in time to see me still running in last. But one more lap to go. I'm hoping we're going to be able to do something, anything, against these guys in front. Because we have basically spent most of this race trying to catch back up. So, yeah, it's Mega Tunif and Montoya at the back. But we kind of need a bit of a battle going on in front. We'll wait and see. We're running 110 AI. I'm not married yet.
Lap. Let's go. Final lap.
I am engaged though. I do have a fiance. Beautiful last 2-1-2. Yeah, I got engaged about a month ago. It was just over a month ago actually. That's kind of mad to think about now. Time really does fly. Oh, am I going to get into DRS? I don't think we are just yet. Oh no, because it's on the exit of the corner, isn't it? Maybe if we send it. Send it. Come on. Oh, we're going to be mighty close. I think we're just outside the DRS range still. We must have been less than half a tenth away. Thank you for all the new follows as well. I do appreciate it. Oh, are we going to be able to get close enough to make a 2-0? Oh, not with lines like that, we won't. Come on. Come on. Unless there's a bit of a battle up in front, I think we're going to struggle. Send it. Come on. So there we go, Ollie Goethe. He will win the first sprint race of the new season. Good drive by the MP Motorsport man. And obviously with that, we'll take the lead of the championship before we head to race 2 tomorrow. We finally, finally got back in the DRS on literally the run to the line. That's... Well, I don't know why I'm suddenly Rotoma Miata. But there we are. A tough first race, but we learned a lot. I feel like we've showcased that we've got the pace. That's the important bit.
It might not be the same points as the feature race, but it is the
I
same
believe
podium,
DRS is
and they
staying in
get to
F2.
wave at the fans
The F2 car will be around for at least another 2-3 years. And then they might do something with active aero like F1. But they normally keep the F2 car, like, 2-3 years behind.
And it's going to be MP Motorsport picking up the winner's trophy.
Yeah, I guess that'll be really odd now. For, like, new track, like Madrid, for example, I don't know if it's meant to be in F2. But you won't plan to have a DRS zone in F1. But you'll still have to think about where that DRS zone will go in F2, won't you? Weird. That's one that I never considered. Do you think Vitaly Petrov should have won one World Drivers' Championship? No. He was alright. He had a couple of good races, but he wasn't World Championship material. Oh, pardon me.
It was great having you with us for the weekend. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah,
as
we
much
still get
as we
DRS
did.
trains in
We will
F2.
see you when Formula 2 returns.
Well, there we are then. So, there it was Kushmaini that got the fastest lap bonus point in the end with a 28.5. Our best lap was a 28... where were we? Hey? Why did I get DSQ'd? What for? What? What did I get DSQ'd for? Sorry? What is that? Is that a glitch with the F2 cars in this game now? What did I... There's no incident or anything. Did I have a legal plankware or something? Oh, man. I can't believe... I better not do it in the main event. If it does it in the main event, then we're in real trouble. What did I do to get DSQ'd? I was looking, trying to, like, find what my best lap was, but... Would it even show up? So our best lap was a 28.7. Which was quicker than most, so... Dirksen did 28.5, Forneroli 28.6, Kushmaini 28.5, Gabriele and Mini 28.7. So there were only 4 drivers that went quicker than me. And obviously we had no DRS to help us or anything like that. I mean, we'll run the main event, but if I get DQ'd again, then... that was never a problem on the old version. Was it track limits? It can't be track limits. Because I came up with no track limits warnings whatsoever. Surely not. Surely not. Right, well, luckily we didn't score points then, because clearly the game felt I didn't deserve any anyway. So I guess we'll move into the main event? What is that? It must have been the plankware, chat. I'm in a McLaren after all. A McLaren branded car. So it must be the plankware. There you go. We'll actually get a proper intro this time.
It's Formula 2 in Australia. We're in the great state of Victoria, and we're really enjoying our yearly visits to this iconic circuit.
It must be the driving.
It is Formula 2 about to go racing.
I can't believe that.
It's always a favourite on the Formula 2 calendar, Albert Park. It runs to 3.28 miles and 14 turns that will test the drivers.
Haroldinho, thank you for the follow, buddy. I appreciate it. We are still trying to get to 10k by the end of the year over on Twitch. So if you're not following us on Twitch yet, please do consider it. Matt212. Because I would love to try and get there.
Pole position with Luke Browning.
F2 cars do have planks. I mean, they get disqualified for quite a lot in F2.
Cordial, Miney, Joshua
You get disqualified for some really odd stuff.
For sure. Villa Gomez, Martins, Oliver Gerfer, Stanek, Shields.
But yeah, they don't have like proper ground effect or anything.
Ritomo Miata, Bennett, Beganovic.
Hey, welcome in, Adam. Hope you're doing well, buddy.
Dunne, Montoya, Crawford, Megatuniv, and Max Esterson.
I mean, look at that. Trident, mighty on the back row. Max Esterson looks like he's seen things inside this game. I don't know if any of you have ever noticed it before, but his picture in the game is like this. I don't know what he's seen before he took his picture.
Down in the paddock, down in the pit lane.
Well, uncertainty is what strategy's all about, but it absolves the teams from the responsibility of running both compounds of tyre. They might have to use that wet tyre, of course.
So as well, there's another glitch with the F2 cars on this game. Every single race, feature race, it says it's going to be changeable conditions. And usually it's not. So it tells you it's going to rain, and it actually won't. So, I think then, chat, we will try and go the other way with strategy. We will start on the medium. We know they will go well. We will try and go long against the AI, get an overcut, and then hopefully be quick towards the end. That's my goal, because if we can stay in the DRS, then we should be good. So yeah, everybody else will start on super softs. It means in the incredibly unlikely event we get a safety car or anything like that, I guess they'd all pit, but then we could easily just go one lap on the other tyres and then go back again. Like, the medium will do the entire race if we wanted it to. Streaming tonight or streaming generally? Tonight we've been live for about an hour and a half. Generally, I got into streaming more seriously this summer, once I moved house. But I've been streaming on and off for a couple of years. So I reckon this race then, things go well, we can get a point. That's the goal. Leave this weekend with a point, and hopefully don't get disqualified again. Mr. Man City, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Why are you starting on medium? Are you the new Ferrari? Because I'd rather go long on the medium and try and do something different against the AI. Especially with the DRS, if we can just stick with the pack. Which, based on... we normally can get pretty good starts in F2. We should be able to. Plus, we know the medium will go really far into the race. So, it's all about the flexibility. Yeah, if we get DSQ'd again, then we might have some serious problems with this game. Because that will be incredibly stupid. I hope that's not the case. Using default cockpit camera. I've changed a couple of settings. I've removed the halo. I've removed like the camera shake. But apart from that, I'm on default. Good thing is with the F2 cars, you can actually see the mirrors quite easily. But yeah, apart from that, camera settings are all default, basically. Lamix, thank you for the follow as well, buddy. And Farmer Bav. So this career mode is currently being done through Grand Prix mode. That's why. Alright, we'll try and get a little bit of extra temp in the tyre. Right, I've got to make sure that I don't jump my box this time. That would be useful. Oh, there you go. Purple. Wonderful. Oh, we're going. Okay. Lights out and away we go. You've basically got to rev the nuts off these cars. Oh, Crawford. Okay. Crawford there's had a blinding getaway. I wouldn't expect us to make as much progress this time, because we are on the harder tyre.
But hopefully I'm not going to ram into the back of Pepe Marti. Everybody there trying to be a little bit crazy through turn 1. I don't know where I want to go. I don't know. I just want to take it easy. I want to make sure we don't lose the wing. So we'll just try and stay out of trouble. I've only lost the 1 spot. That's a Crawford of absolutely lightning getaway. I don't know how close we were there to going through the back of Marty, but I've got away with it. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Gotta try and work the tyres up. The AI, their tyres will fire up pretty quickly. Ours won't. So we have got to be a little bit more careful. This isn't my normal F1 career mode. It's just something for a bit different, for a bit of fun. Yeah, the AI really do seem to concertina up through there on lap 1. Like what's it, turn 4? Turn 5, I guess? I think it's the front runners concertina up through 5. Hey? Was that like... What's the game doing? Am I getting hacked, chat? That was weird. I just went over the curb and it just immediately paused. Maybe I'm getting DDoSed, yeah. Now, I just keep breaking things tonight. What made you pick Alex Dunne? Just because I'd actually already planned it out quite a while ago that I wanted to do this series. But that was still when he was with McLaren. So I was going to like try and move him up to Alpine and then maybe he gets a McLaren call-up in a couple of seasons. But now obviously he's left the McLaren family. I mean, we could still do that in this game. But I just fancied it. I think he's been highly rated in F2. I quite like the guy. At the time, I was still doing the Leo Fornaroli career mode as well. But unfortunately, we lost that save, which is very annoying. Oh, I'm just outside the DRS immediately. This doesn't bode well. Come on, for this strategy to work, we need to at least stick with the AI early on. Because like we saw earlier on, there isn't much tyre wear on these tyres. Sebi Montoya, thought about it. That's a good one, HSC. That's a real old school one. Oh no, come on, Montoya, this is not working for either of us, and I don't believe he's quick enough to catch up to the others. Alex Dunne goes to F2. I think you would arguably still say like a Charles Leclerc or an Oscar Piastri who had the best F2 campaign. I mean, the fact that the Richard Vasseur now has got joint the most wins in F2 is kind of wild. Oh no! I got a warning. So there you go, that's a warning for track limits. It's the first one we've had. Maybe track limits is just broken in the sprint. Hello. The F2 cars are a little bit weird to drive in the game. So I just don't think it counts sprint races towards like your clean rating and stuff. Hopefully it does on features. I need my A license. Create a series, it tracks like your clean laps and stuff, so surely that should have all added up over time. Well, I think we're losing a bit too much to like Marty and stuff at the moment.
Gap to your teammate
I just don't want to give it up to Montoya like
seconds.
into a corner or something, especially when he's not actually going for the move. Yeah, we are losing them a little bit, but that's fine. the the super soft tyres will be a lot quicker at the moment. I would assume we'll see a crossover probably about lap 10-ish, if I had to guess. And like I said, it does take a few laps to get the mediums up. The super softs will be fine basically instantly. I mean, this lap we haven't lost much at all. It's just when Montoya keeps trying to go for it, and the rage comes up. Oh, yes, so track limits are definitely on then in the main event. So I've got to be much more careful with that. Maybe it does give you... Maybe in the sprints it's 2 warnings and a pen. And maybe they just don't work in that. Maybe just in the feature we've got to be a lot more careful. Like I said, this first stream was always going to be a bit of a trial by fire. Trying to learn. Jack Crawford's your go.
No
I've
time
met Jack
concerns
Crawford.
at the moment, just focus on the driving.
Dip a wheel on the grass and it is terrible in these cars. Ugh. Yeah, I really got to make sure I keep it clean. But see, I think now we're not losing much to the AI at all. It does not take long before the medium can keep up with the super soft. Hey, thank you for the raid, Momo. I hope you had a good stream, buddy. What have you been up to this evening? So the Forneroli career mode, the first time I loaded up the Formula Fantasy mod, I completely corrupted it. I don't know why, but after I uninstalled the mod, the Forneroli career mode was gone. Everything else was fine. So yeah, I really don't know kind of what happened there. Whether there was like a conflicting file or something, or whether it broke Grand Prix mode or just something. Because obviously you have to run Grand Prix mode through Formula World. So I don't know if that's kind of what broke it, because obviously, so you can't access F1 World when you've got the mod enabled. But yeah, it was a bit weird. As long as we're not losing much to the AI, honestly, like I said, as long as A, we're not losing much to the AI, and B, Montoya isn't trying to go wheel to wheel with us, at the moment, I'm honestly happy with this pace. So we're actually, yeah, this lap we've taken a bit out of Marty. So maybe this gamble could be the way to go. Nightfire Electric, thank you for the follow. I have seen the new GT7 update. I was tempted to try it out tonight, but I think I'm going to save that for another stream. Because I do want to get back onto Gran Turismo a bit more in the new year. Yeah, £25 for the DLC. I don't think that's too bad for how big of an update it is. See, it's quite happy then to take driver rating away from me when I accidentally run wide or something, but it's not giving me any back for like clean laps and stuff. That's a bit weird. I really don't get how the license system works on this game. I just need to get the achievement for getting A. Because I've only got that and try and get a 99 driver rating. Which I should do during the driver career mode. If I hadn't to reset it, we'd probably already be there. There you go, look at that. We've got Montoya now out of the DRS.
So we can start trying to reel in the others. Hey, thank you, Momo. Have a good one, buddy. Thank you for the raid once again. So this is a career mode, but it's set up through F1 World. At the moment, it's being done through Grand Prix mode, because that's the only way you can run the 2025 F2 roster. It is really dumb that you can't do it in normal career mode. But EA. And they've kind of said before, oh, it's because obviously you don't want to see the F2 2025 drivers move to F1. And everybody's gone, yes, we do. Why do I want to see an F2 driver that hasn't been there in 18 months make it to F1? I'd rather have a modern F2. What? Oh, there you go. So apparently you can get track limits.
Okay, we've been given a time penalty. It will go against our finishing time at the end of the race. Get your head down and let's get it done.
So penalties do only exist in the features. How broken is this mode? I mean, I'm not complaining about the penalty as such. I've probably ran out of track limits 3 times, but it's just a bit weird. I also think Montoya is just quite slow. He seems to be holding up Esterson. I think if we keep it clean now, we can reliably take some time out of the AI in front. I think we're definitely now starting to see the tyre changeover. It's not been the most action-packed on-track race weekend so far for us. But I do feel like my pace is rapidly improving. And that's the most important thing. Ready to lose it all again for Bahrain. First race 3 spins, second race penalty. I didn't spin 3 times, did I? I thought I span once and had a half spin, I thought. The first half spin I was actually quite impressed that I caught. Because that was just when I got too much up through the curb through there, turn 4. The second one, yeah, I realised as soon as I'd done it, it was gone. You just got too much on the inside curve through there. And that was what cost us. Exactly, the race should come back to us later on. My hope is, of course, that obviously where the medium doesn't burn out that much, depending on when the AI pit, we should either get a huge overcut on them, or just obviously have so much pace towards the end that we can slice our way through. That's the goal. We'll wait and see if it works, but that's the hope. Or, of course, in an ideal world, everybody pits. Just as I'm about to pit, we get a safety car or a red flag, and then we restart the race from first and win, and live happily ever after. Turn the wheel like F1 2015. Tyres are already warmed up. See, I mean, that lap we took 6 tenths out of them. I mean, that was a 29.9. Let's not forget, we're on a lot more fuel as well to start with. So we're basically on starter race fuel from the sprint. So we'll see what pace we have got. I say, with the F2 car, it is just about hitting your marks. And not turning in too early there. I mean, now, look at that. We're taking loads of time out of the AI. They're definitely beginning to struggle. So this is all good data towards the end of the race. I think they're all beginning to struggle. But Montoya is losing time to everybody. Maybe in the contact with him, he's lost a tiny bit of wing, but I don't think so. I mean, yeah, look at that. I don't know if it's just AI concertinaing or what. But suddenly now we're going way faster. So I don't know as well whether they sacrifice their own race early on and accidentally go too far on the super soft. Because we know the medium will basically do this entire race. I mean, maybe that's what we could have done. Literally gone 3 laps on the soft, super soft, pit, gone medium all the way to the end and undercut everybody that way. Cordial, I believe, is still running 3rd at the moment. He's doing very, very well. Yeah, so the super soft, I mean, for the AI, just do not seem to be working at the moment. So the fact we're on the harder tyre, after 10 laps, we're already going a second a lap faster, is reassuring. Hey, welcome in Real House. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Sebastian, you are 2 seconds a lap slower. I know you're struggling out there, but this should not be happening. This cannot be possible.
Ah,
poor
still looking
man.
good.
At least he's no longer the last Ferrari driver to get knocked out in consecutive Q1s. Can we even get some DRS? Come on, give me that DRS. Not quite that time. Yeah, Vettel joined Renault with Alonso. That would have only been in 2009. I don't think... If Vettel had ever raced alongside Alonso, I don't think he ever would have been as successful as he was. Mainly because Fernando is pretty damning on the old psychology. And as much as I like Vettel as a guy, he didn't quite... Especially later on in his career, didn't quite have that killer instinct that a lot of them need.
Look out for a bit of understeer.
Vettel, I will always argue, had one of the weirdest F1
It's going to
careers.
affect our tyres, so try to get past.
He was so, like, with the V8s, he was so good, and then just could not handle the torque of the turbos. Hey, welcome in, Nazario. Come on then, let's try and get a run. Let's try and actually go for an overtake. To the inside of Marty. Ugh, and Crawford apparently. Nope. Just really backed off the brake there. So how far will the AI go? And obviously, oh no, when they do pit, how much will we lose? I mean, they're still trying to extend this stint. Like I said, maybe the goal could have been pit really early and try and do a huge undercut that way.
Gap to your teammate ahead, 10.5 seconds.
Hey, thank you for the primer, Mr. Hatch. I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Here we go. This one's for you. Oh, no. This one's for you. Crawford immediately tries to swing to defend. There you go. I will return the favour. He'll lose 2 spots. I mean, look at this. The AI just crawling around now. Their tyres are dead.
Brilliant. Nice move. Keep going.
So this is the real chance for us to try and gain some places. Try and get ourselves into the top 10 for the first time this weekend. They are still a bit spread out at the front. I think 4 in a row. Sorry, not 4 in a row even. Cordial now he's still 3rd, but he's right there with your top 2. Ganovich. Oh, that is brave. You really do get the sense of speed into there when you're in cockpit cam. Just how scary it is. Right, I've got to remember this time around, chat. It's John Bennett. Ah! Miata, what are you doing? I don't know how we avoided that one. He's going to try and go for the move on Bennett then. Oh, there you go. So Cordial's in. Oh, here we go. Oh, no. No, don't want to do that. I don't want to do that.
Armory's coming in for his stop.
Oh, what's Bennett doing? I think Bennett wanted to pit. We'll go around the outside of the... Oh, I got wing damage. No. Oh, what was that? I think we should be all right. We're into the top 10. But Bennett was trying to get into the pit lane there, but he had Miata on his outside. So I think he's given up with that idea. But, so there we go. So the AI will go, what, 13, 14 laps on theirs. So as long as we go past lap 20, which we know we can, we're still going to be pretty good on this set. So Cordeal actually might get an undercut on the top two. Amory Cordeal might lead this race. Yeah, Dunne would do that. More accurate to Dunne. I mean, Kean Shields races under a Scottish and Irish license, doesn't he? So, we are about to do the Battle of the Irishmen. Or is Shields actually Scottish and Northern Irish? I think he's Scottish and Irish, doesn't he? I know it's on his halo. I don't think we got... oh yeah, we might just scuff the tyre. Because the car does feel fine still. I don't think we'll need to change the wing, put it that way. So everybody else then into the pit lane by the end of lap 14. Get it screenshot, chat. Because we are finally going to be up in P1. We're leading! Remember this. Is Cordeal going to be up to P2? Will we have a road in 1-2 in this race? That's the real question. Because normally the AI struggle to fire up their tyres. But with how much they're struggling, yeah, Cordeal's going to do it. Amory Cordeal up to second spot then in this race. So we've got to try and monitor the gap over the next few. Just see how much time we lose. I mean, look at that. Cordeal's come out. He's got out of DRS as well. So he's doing very well. Very, very well for Amory. He'll be loving that then. 1.4 seconds clear. Ewan, thank you for the raid, buddy, as well. I appreciate it. Yeah, can we red flag the race now? Can we just end it right now? I would take that. Alright. I mean, depending on how the AI battle later on and what our pace is like on the Super Soft, points might genuinely still be possible. I mean, the perfect thing would be, yeah, a safety car or something like that, but I'm not going to hold my breath. All we've got to do is try and just maintain good pace. Because, I mean, look at that. Even this lap, we haven't lost anything to Amory. So as long as we still set good lap times. We should also, if obviously we bag a top 10, we should do it with fastest lap, because obviously we'll be on the Super Softs later on. So there's even more kind of incentive to try and make sure we get up there. We've got to keep pushing. Got to keep dancing the tyres. I think Cordeal, yeah, did take a bit of time out of us later on in the lap. Warning. That'll be a warning. Is that my 4th warning of the day? I don't want any more than a 3-second penalty. We done pretty well over those last few laps. Yeah, Dunne got a penalty after he DNF'd, so he did actually finish the season with a race ban. But I don't know whether that will carry over till next season. That was bad. Whoa. That's a few tenths down the drain. Could have easily been worse, though. We still have no retirements from this race, so that's reassuring. Thank you, Storm, for the follow as well, buddy. I appreciate it. We're trying to go for the overcut. A big, big overcut. I am not winning this race by 10.5 seconds. So the AI are definitely still a bit quicker at the moment. But again, we should have such a big advantage on the tyre towards the end that hopefully we will be able to fly through the order, glide our way to a top 10 finish. And honestly, with the way practice and the sprint race went, if we can finish with some points, I will be a very happy man. I think we can all count that as a success here tonight.
Hey, congratulations, Galactic. Well done, buddy. Is there a penalty point reset in F2, is there? Fair enough. So he'll be spared of a penalty. So yeah, as long as we keep hitting our lines, as long as I don't dip a wheel on the grass or anything like that, we're pretty good. Like I said, we're losing a little bit, but not much against the AI, considering they're on what, 14 lap faster tyres. Cordeel's pace still looks okay, but I think Lindbladdy's going to get back to him.
Okay, we're approaching the pit window and we're going to put you onto super softs.
Oh, it's so weird hearing Mark say that. It's all those little bits and pieces you think about that he will have had to done those voice lines for F2 only. Like, there will be a voice line in this game where he says about moving on to ultra softs. All those random little things that you never think about if you don't ever touch the F2 car. Oh, come on. Nice cities. Oh, there you go. Cordial, gap under 10 seconds.
No need to worry about the tyre condition for now. Everything's looking good.
I mean, we could, in theory, probably go to the end. We'll get disqualified, but I got disqualified from the sprint race anyway. So I'm looking at the mini-map chat. That huge gaggle of cars a little bit further down. That, I think, is where I want to try and come out. That must be an ART at the front of that group, I think. That's what I want to be ahead of. Not convinced if we will or not, but we'll wait and see. I also don't want to pit too early or too late, I guess, is the other concern. Like, I don't want to pit too early and then wreck the ultra soft, super soft even. But I don't want to pit too late and obviously not get the full use out of them. You do have to pit in an F2 feature race. A sprint race you don't, but a feature race you do. Otherwise, everybody would just do both races on a set of the harder tyre and get to the end. I mean, I don't know how much time it takes to pit, because the pit stops, of course, are way slower as well. But we've got, what, about a 24 second gap? So it's going to be close. I did not want third, that just makes it loose on the exit. And it costs you speed all the way down this straight. I reckon it's about 30 seconds, I guess. Yeah, it's a 7-second stop, isn't it? 6 or 7 seconds. No, chat, don't clip that. It's that curb on the inside every single time. You just get so scared that the car's going to bounce or bobble or anything. I think we'll try and go end of 21 then we'll pit. I think that'll give us a good balance between having a big advantage and being able to use it, but hopefully not having the tyres fall off.
Okay, we want you to pit this lap. So
oh, there you go. Lindblad now
push.
is caught up to Cordial. I mean, maybe... Oh, there you go. That's another warning.
Okay, this is Mark. I need you to stop cutting the corners. If you keep it up, the stewards are going to give you a penalty.
There you go. AI now setting new PBs, despite being on the harder tyre. So I got no more warnings again, chat. The first penalty was a bit stupid. But I really do want to avoid getting a second one. One penalty, I think we can still manage to score points here. 2 penalties, I think we're going to be in the bin. Yeah, now these tyres are beginning just to not hit the cliff necessarily, but the AI have figured their mediums out again, and they're running fast. I mean, that ART belt looks, it seems to have broken away from the rest of his gaggle. So, that's reassuring for them.
Okay, pit in this lap, and remember the speed limit. We'll be penalised.
How long will Cordial be able to defend from
approach.
Lindblad? That's the real question. Or does he want to spin out now and cause a safety car or a red flag and we can get a cheap stop? It's all things that Amory Cordial should consider. Because it wouldn't even look like race fixing if he did it. Because that would just be Amory Cordial. Who should I pick as a top driver? I mean, Pagani's a really cool team to do it with. Maybe try and, like, bring over, you know, try and maybe make Norris champion with you or something like that, I guess. Norris and Albon as teammates could be quite funny. Right, yeah, we'll dive in this lap. We'll dive in this lap. Get these to the end. Don't do anything stupid. Gap's gonna be only 7 seconds. Yeah, they have been taking a lot out of us. But again, we should be the quickest car on track from then to the flag. The tyres might begin to hit the cliff right towards the end of the stint. It should be good. Come on. Easy. I mean, we haven't even driven these as far as we did in the sprint race. 32% on that front left is not horrendous. It's not bad. Whoa, well, there you go. Yeah, this is what I want to pick. They're definitely starting to go off. Of course, you put a bit more wear through them because you got more fuel in to begin with. So every single lap we've done on them has effectively been with 10 laps more fuel. Oh, you got to slow down to 37 as well, don't you? I suddenly forgot about that, or remembered it at the last moment. Yeah, I suppose bringing an Italian in would be quite cool. Oh, there you go. Pit stops are way quicker than I thought they were.
Okay, mate, that's it.
4.2 seconds is good going.
Perfect job from you and the crew
So,
there, mate.
there goes Mini. Here goes Martans. Are we going to get ahead of Luke Browning?
Pit strategy complete.
Oh, it's going to be
See these
close,
tyres
not
through to the
quite.
end now.
We're going to try and just filter back out. Not too aggressively. Oh, Miata! It's the second time he's done something a bit wild today. But there's definitely an opportunity to get some points. If we can try and carve our way through these guys quite quickly. It's the first time since qualifying we've been on the Super Soft. I've done nearly 50 laps of Albert Park on mediums across the sprint and the start of the feature. We'll take probably a lap or so to get these up to temp. Maybe a bit less, actually, because they are super soft. But let's see what we can do. Say, Martans is out of the top 10 as well. Or is he? Marty, 14, 13, 12, I don't know. Is Martans actually 10th now? Is that who we're going to be trying to battle for that last point? Oh, that could have been a warning. Really tipped it in. We'll have to wait and see. So, oh yeah, Browning is 12th. So yeah, Martans is 11th. So I've got to try and get the car ahead of him. And obviously 3 seconds. Oh. Oh, that was optimistic. We've done it though. I mean, again, we've got a lot more grip at the moment. I've got to try and go for that kind of thing.
Good job. Nice overtake.
Mark's happy with it. Ooh. That was scary. Gets the heart rate going. Oh, where am I going? Oh, come on. Hey, welcome into Shadow. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Oh. I assume that was Shields having a nice lock-up. I mean, I will be intrigued to see what kind of speed we've got in clear air. That'll be the big test. Are we going to be like a second a lap faster than the AI? And how long can we be quicker than the AI? I just think, yeah, Shields is just kind of trying to stay there. Stay in that group. Rather than really try and push Browning. Got so much more front end. I mean, look at that. How was you taken out of Marty immediately? Is he going to try and go defensive? Where are we going? Oh. I tried to commit to the move and then just saw someone locking up. Oh, surely. Not again. Get it stopped. There we go. Beautiful. Marty, I think, kind of accepted that one was happening. Is this still going to be a new fastest lap? I think it will be. There you go, 28.6.
Right, the teammate ahead of us, 18.6 seconds.
A much better line through turn 1. It is just like having that confidence on the brake, being able to rotate the front wheel in. So important. Really just knowing kind of where the grip will be. How much you can kind of hit it. Oh, I appreciate it, Freaky Jim. People can, you know, say what they like. It doesn't bother me much. I know what I'm capable of. I know what I can do. But I'm also not afraid to kind of race my way. Like I said, it was more for me just how different Create Series was to what I was expecting. It was very different to what I thought it was going to be going in. But, you know, that takes time to kind of learn and adjust to. But I feel I'm getting there. I made a lot of progress. I mean, I finished top 10 last season. I know it was on realistic cars. But I finished top 10 with 2 DNSs and 2 DNFs. One of those is me getting taken out on lap 1. The other one was a game glitch. So, the fact that we still came 10th overall, I was pretty happy with. So, hopefully we can continue, you know, if there's a new season soon, I'm sure it'll go back to equal cars. But hopefully we can kind of see what our pace is really like now. Oh, that was not great. That was probably my worst move so far, and that's saying something. But we got past, we were ahead of the apex, therefore it's my line apparently. That's how F1 works, isn't it? So we've got basically, including the penalty, a 10-second gap to Mini and 8 laps to do it. Let's push. Nail the prediction of Abu Dhabi, the new fantasy career mode video. I really did, didn't I? Kind of, I think most people knew, unless something crazy happened, that was likely going to be the scenario, wasn't it? Come on, let's see how much time. How much sense do we think we can take out of Mini? A second a lap doesn't seem ridiculous, especially earlier on in the stint. I mean, even if we end up finishing on the road in the top 10, I'd be quite happy. I think I'm probably going to drag these guys along a little bit, which is not good for Martins, because he's kind of in his own little world at the moment. Oh wait, have we not even got fastest lap? Who took fastest lap back? What's the fastest lap now, chat? I'll have to ask Mark in a second. Anybody see that?
The fastest lap at the moment,
Oh.
1:28.2.
Who managed that? Sergio did a much better version of what Yuki did in 2021. Yuki tried it, but it didn't really work that well for him. He also then never tried to commit to go back for the move. But I have a sneaking suspicion Red Bull were told no funny business. Like, do stuff that's, you know, sensible, but not stuff like Perez did in 21. Don't kind of turn this finale into a mockery. Oh no. Where am I going? Oh, yellows. Oh, I hadn't factored that in. If someone up the road DNFs, it's not, but it's someone behind us. That is the ART of Miata. First retirement of the afternoon, so yeah, if it was someone further up, that will work out quite nicely for us, because that could mean a point is on. But, yeah, unfortunately for Rotoma Miata, first retirement of the day, Sunday afternoon. He has lost the Mechachrome Lottery this afternoon. I tell you what, Martin's pace looks really good at the moment. I don't believe Lando should have got a penalty. The only reason he went there was because Yuki weaved more than he should have. Had Yuki done his one defensive move, Lando would have been able to do that on the inside anyway. So I think the FIA kind of thought, you know, that move was going to happen anyway. He's on dead tyres. Why complicate things? I think if you give a car a penalty for overtaking someone who's weaving erratically, is a bit ridiculous. Oh no! There you go. That's points over. I thought we had a little bit of leeway through there, but not that much. Yeah, Yuki got a penalty for weaving 3
Gap
times,
to your teammate ahead.
which is a big no-no.
17.6 seconds.
And then you could make the argument as well that he did crowd Lando out. I don't think it was quite that extreme. But, yeah. Woo! It wasn't one major move. He went left, he went right, he went left again. It's pretty obvious what he was trying to do. Yeah, Martins, I tell you what, he's rapid at the moment. He's going to get to that group in front. We might get there, but with our penalty and the fact we're just dragging Browning and Shields along, we're not gonna get a huge result from this, annoyingly. But it is a 28 race season, so there will be plenty of opportunity. Like I said, this first race was always going to be a bit of a learning experience. Trying to get back up to speed with the F2 car, everything like that. Oh, another one. Come on, man. Don't get 9 seconds worth of penalties. The fact we're not even going to get fastest lap as well is kind of mad. I thought we were nailed on for that, but apparently not. In fact, I think already these cars are beginning to fade, so they just do not last. Yeah, Yuki thought it was a formation lap. Kimi Räikkönen didn't weave that much on a formation lap. I still love that shot of Kimi down the Abu Dhabi back straight. Everybody else weaving, Kimi straight line. Does not care. That is one of the quintessential Kimi Räikkönen videos. Although it made me chuckle as well, because we were talking about it during the Grand Prix. My dad had never seen the footage of Kimi on the Ferrari World roller coaster, where Seb's obviously like got his arms in the air going, woo, everything like that. And Kimi's just sat there going, like nothing. Even puts his sunglasses back on halfway round. What? I lifted. Yeah, this race is, as the tyres begin to fall off towards the end, the super soft just does not work here. So at least we know that for future. It absolutely hit the cliff already after like 7 laps. No wonder we were so much faster than the AI earlier on. I mean, we're still taking good time out of the guys in front still. One of them is struggling. I believe Kimi did it at a lot of places. But the big one I always remember was Abu Dhabi. Not the worst. Alex Dunne's not the worst F2 driver. Let's not forget, Mahavir Raghunathan exists. Or, I mean, there's been some terrible F2 drivers over the years. Not another one. You having a laugh, King? What was it? The Italian guy the year after Mahavir? Can I say flat out? Why go for it and then brake so early?
No! What is this? I'm gonna get DQ'd at this rate. Mary wasn't that bad at F2. Roberto Mera is a real jack of all trades, to his credit. He'll race pretty much anything. Yeah, apparently I'm doing my own track. Yeah, Kean Shields hasn't had a particularly great campaign. He's also down at AIX though, and I know Dirksen does alright, but that's just because he's definitely got the best engine on the grid still. Yeah, Italian Jesus. Giovinazzi had a dominant F2 campaign. Oh no. Ah, another one! How many penalties are we going to have by the end? Come on, just get to the flag. Come on, I want to get back past Browning. Oh, yellows! Yellows! Who's retiring? It is... I don't even know who that is. I think it's a Dam's car. So it can't be Marty even behind us. No, it's not Marty. It is... Oh, who is that in the other Dams? I've got to remember names. Oh, Kushmini out of the race.
Yellow flag.
And that means now that Amory Cordeal is back to P1.
Flag ahead.
Green flag's right. We're going to dive it on Browning. Ah! There we go. At least I'll have P11 on the road. Back, I guess. So, yeah, it's a shame that... Oh, no, someone's pit! We're going to be in the top 10! Maybe. No!
No tyre concerns at the moment. Just
Dirksen's
focus on the
pit
driving.
again. Why? Oh, so the penalties are going to cost us by the end. This is why you should never get penalties, chat, because you never know what might happen. We are going to be up in the top 10 with 2 laps to go. Yeah, the game does massively over-anticipate Amory Cordeal's pace. It's a bit funky. Okay, come on. Balance. Keep the car balanced.
You're in the top 10 now. Keep it up.
Woo! Oh, sorry, Smurf. I never saw the 100 bits come through. Thank you, buddy. I meant to get points, not pens. I've got more pens than points today. And OP Driver, thank you for the follow. Come on. One more lap after this one to go out in a blaze of glory. I've got Luke Browning practically pushing me along. Even if it's not a top 10 after penalties, I will still take it as a win from pretty much the back of the field. I've got 12 seconds of pens because we've struggled with understeer. And I'm trying to learn the F2 car. On strict track limits. It won't happen again. Oh, come on. Amory Cordeal, though, 1 lap away from his first ever F2 victory, his first ever F2 podium, and immediately but catapult himself to the top of the championship standings. Here goes Luke Browning, one final time to the inside. Back into turn 1. We will try and send it around him. And there we go. I mean, would we have the gap over Dirksen? I think we would, just about. It'd actually be very, very close with whoever's in second to last. So we've got to keep pushing on this final lap. Because we could still end up in P18. We could still finish this second race. Oh, exactly where we started. I mean, we might get disqualified again. Because that happened in the sprint as well. The game was a bit broken with that one. Oh, come on. Again, it's so weird, the fact that you feel like you've got no tyre for lap after lap after lap. And then for some reason, right at the end, it seems to come back to you. Or just occasionally for a lap, the tyre comes back. It's very, very strange. Ooh. Beautiful. Beautiful. Got good speed. Yeah, Mary is, I think, the only driver that has gone from F1 to F2. But there you go, Amory Cordeal, our teammate down at Rodin, is going to take the victory to kickstart the season through the final corner. 10th on the road for us, but sadly all the pens are going to ultimately cost us. That is why you keep it clean, ladies and gents, because it could have been a point to kickstart the year. Sadly, it's not. It is
Okay, pick up
P18.
rubber and bring it home.
That's a tough first round. A tough first round. But that was good fun. I feel like we've learned a lot. I feel like we'll be more prepared, ready for round 2. Considering I only just started about 45 minutes before this race, I was going to do this.
He's done it. Amory Cordeal takes the checkered flag.
Oh, man. That was good fun, though. That was very good fun.
It's a real skill, racing wheel to wheel and also grabbing the fastest lap.
He
in
didn't
the
get
interim,
fastest lap,
finding
did
that
he?
clean air. They've done a great job of that, actually.
I mean, this is something I don't think any of us ever thought we'd see. Amory Cordeal winning
Here come our
an
winning
F2
drivers
race.
then,
Winning
onto
any
the
race.
podium at the
Winning.
end of a brilliant race. The drama and excitement are
All
over.
of that unpredictability.
Congratulations.
And yet
to
it's
our
Cordeal
top
that
three
comes
today.
out on top in the end. Crazy. Absolutely crazy, chat. Yeah, this is proper F2 heritage on the F125 game. Hilariously broken. Who says F125 isn't realistic, chat? I mean, look how tall Lindblad is. Oh, man. So weird. The way they do some of the models. Can you show
After
your
all
settings for
this
cockpit
drama,
camera?
you'd
All
be
I've just
mad
done
not
is
to join us for the
disabled
next
camera
race. We hope
shake
to see you
and
then.
remove the
Take
halo.
care for now.
Oh, I mean, look at that. Amory Cordeal straight to the top of the championship with that result. Lindblad in P2. Goethe, obviously, with those points from the sprint race. So, Lindblad P2 in the race. Richard Verschoor, Fornaroli, consistent again. I mean, he was 15 seconds back come the checkered flag. So, yeah, top 3 absolutely dominated the rest of the field there. Both Invictors get points, though, with Mini, Martins and Luke Browning rounding out your top 10. We beat out John Bennett by 0.6 of a second. So at least we know we can hold our head up high with that one. Dirksen 37 seconds back after the second stop. Kushmini and Rotoma Miata, that both failed to see the checkered flag. What does that do to our championship? Well, like we said, it means Cordeal's at the top of the pile then. Ahead of Lindblad, Gomez, Goethe, and Leo Fornaroli. Richard Verschoor there in P6. We are 20th at the moment. So yeah, we need to get a much better result next time out. But we are still ahead of Bennett and Miata. Constructors-wise, MP 7 clear of Rodin. Campos and Invicta tied on 22. And just Trident that failed to score a point. Thank you all. I don't know why I'm doing a video intro. I'm not actually going to turn this into a video series. I don't know when I'll do the next race on this stream, to be honest. I honestly have not decided yet. I kind of just threw this one up for a bit of fun tonight, so we'll see how we get on with it. But make sure you join my Discord, and I'll make sure that obviously you guys will know there. I might try and do a couple of these. Obviously, I think they're a nice... What's that? About 2.5 hours? A bit longer than I expected it to be, in all honesty. But probably quite good fun. Australia's quite a short weekend as well. So somewhere between 2.5 and 3 hours, isn't it? Which is pretty good. I'm going to end the short format, though, everybody. So TikTok and YouTube Shorts, thank you for showing up.